There are two kinds of people in this world: the ones who look in the mirror 10 months from now and say, I'm proud of who I became, and the ones who look in the mirror and think, I've wasted more time. Which one will you be? Stop waiting. Start now. You need to get serious. That's the first step. It's the foundation. There is no trick, no shortcut, and no hack that can replace that single decision. You have to decide right now that this life matters, that your life matters. I'm 70 years old, and I'll tell you this: time goes by in the blink of an eye. One minute you're just beginning, thinking you have forever, and the next you're looking at the end of your story, wondering where it all went. When we're young, we believe time is limitless. It's not. It's your most limited, non-renewable resource. And the most dangerous lie you will ever believe is, I have time. There's a quote from the movie Rocky Roman 3 painted on a gym wall: there is no tomorrow. That isn't just a catchy line from a movie, it's a fact. Tomorrow doesn't exist, not in the way you think it does. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed or promised, it's not real until you get there. So what is real right now? This moment, this breath, this decision. If you're fortunate, you'll get 75 years. That's 75 winters, 75 springs, 75 chances to feel the sun on your skin in summer, and 75 autumns to watch the leaves fall. When you view your life that way, not as a blur of decades, but as a limited series of experiences, you realize how fast it all goes and how sacred each one truly is. So don't waste them. Don't burn another season on distractions, running in circles, or numbing yourself with entertainment. Stop scrolling past your own potential. Step away from the noise, the opinions of others, and the pressure to fit in or keep up. Get back to what really matters. Get back to you. What truly matters isn't the likes on social media, the cars, or the job title. It's the work. It's who you become when nobody is watching. It's how you carry yourself in silence. It's how you act when no one is clapping for you. Change doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It starts small and quietly, like a boat sailing alongside another, then shifting its direction by just 5 degrees. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashy, but given enough time, that boat will arrive at a completely different destination. That's how real transformation works. The hard truth is that this next year will pass regardless of what you do. 10 months from now, one person will look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of who I became. And another person will look and think, I've wasted more time. Which one will you be? Maybe you're thinking, it's too late, I'm too far behind, too overweight, too in debt, too broken, or too tired. But I'll tell you this, you're not. Not if you start right now, because progress is built on momentum, small steps and small wins. You make one tiny shift, then another, and eventually, those shifts become a powerful wave. One day, you'll look back and realize you're no longer stuck in that same old cycle. You broke it, you changed, you rose. The alternative is staying the same and getting worse. That's a truth most people ignore. If you don't improve, you dig yourself deeper into the hole. There is no standing still. Time is always moving. You're either rising with it or letting it bury you. So write it down, all of it. What you want, what you need, what has to change, and what you have been avoiding. Don't just think it. Put it on paper. Set goals for today, for this month, and for the next 5 years. Break them into actionable steps. Build a checklist. Force yourself to follow through. Because the difference between a dream and a goal is a deadline and accountability. And accountability is everything. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or the person in the mirror, someone has to hold you to your word. Ask yourself every single day, did I do what I said I would? If the answer is no, then you try again tomorrow. If the answer is yes, you stack another win. That's how you build self-respect. That's how you rebuild your life, one promise kept at a time. Someday isn't coming. It doesn't exist. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are real. But someday is an illusion, a trap, a word we use to comfort ourselves while nothing changes. Do you want to change? Then stop waiting for the perfect time. Take a step, a small one, then another, and then another. No one climbs a mountain in a single leap. You do it one step, one ledge, one painful reach at a time. Here's something most people won't tell you. If you're ambitious and truly driven, you will always feel behind. You'll always feel like you're not doing enough. That isn't a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're in the fight. Winning doesn't feel like winning most of the time. 90% of it feels like failure, pressure, frustration, and exhaustion. 8% feels like confusion, doubt, and imposter syndrome. And maybe 2% feels like victory, and it is short lived. The moment you win, your eyes are already on the next goal. That's the reality of a high performer's life. That's what greatness actually feels like, and those people you see online flaunting an easy life, showing off cars, beaches, and parties. That's not real, that's the highlight reel. The real ones, the people who build things that matter, don't live in ease. They live in friction, in resistance, in the hard, uncomfortable spaces where growth actually happens. They don't search for peace, they find purpose in the pressure, in the fight, in the grind. They don't chase comfort, they chase clarity, discipline, and mastery. So, if you're struggling, that's a good sign. It means you're still swinging. It means you're still in the ring. Keep going, keep pushing, stop waiting for motivation, rely on your habits, build discipline like armor, build character like a fortress, and remember, no matter how far behind you feel, the moment you take control of your actions, you begin to rewrite your story. There is no tomorrow, there is only now. You don't need permission, you don't need perfection, you need a decision. One choice made with full conviction can change everything, so make it today. Listen up, because here's the truth. There isn't a single high level competitor, champion, or elite performer out there who hasn't felt the way you do right now, lost, tired, undervalued, and frustrated. But what separates them from the rest? They got serious, not bitter, not grim, just serious. You don't have to be angry at the world. You don't have to be in pain every second, but you must get serious about two things that will shape the rest of your life. Number one, your goals. Where do you want to go? What do you want to build in the next 5 years, the next 10? What do you want to create? Who do you want to become? What do you want to have, give, earn, experience, and share? Because if you don't take the time to design that future, if you don't intentionally create your direction, life will do it for you. And I promise you, life doesn't care. It'll drag you through the mud if you let it. But if you want to take control and rise, you've got to be deliberate. You've got to be hungry. You've got to choose. Number two, you've got to get serious about personal development. I'm talking about becoming the kind of person who can carry the weight of their own dreams because you don't get what you want. You get what you are. 10 years from now, you're going to be someone. The question is, who will you be? Will you just drift into that version of you, or are you building it brick by brick, day by day? I once had a moment in a filthy restaurant crawling with cockroaches and rats. I looked around and realized this is my life. This filth, this mess, is a reflection of me. That's when I said, no more. I walked out, got into my truck, and drove away. That night, I started working like a man possessed. Not because someone told me to, but because I knew if I didn't become someone new, I'd rot in that same old version of myself forever. I had to create a person who didn't exist yet, a person who could take pain, ridicule, and outlast discomfort. I had to build a mind that was tough, a soul that could endure, and a drive that would not break. And I did it through the fire, through suffering, through every doubt and every voice that said, "You're not good enough." I love it when people bet against me and tell me it won't happen or that I'll fail. That fuels me. This battle, this war, isn't about proving anyone else wrong. It's about beating myself. If I can beat the old me every day, I win. I don't care about the outside noise. I just keep raising the bar inside my own head. I fight me, and that's the only fight that truly matters. Let me ask you this. If your life were a movie and it started right now, what would the hero do next? What would the hero version of you do in this very moment? You already know the answer, so go do that. Write it down. Write down the things you want to change, the things you won't tolerate anymore, and the things you'll never let yourself do again. Put it in front of you. Remind yourself of it every day, because that's how transformation begins, in small acts of courage done consistently. We live in a rare time, maybe the rarest in human history, where you can choose what you feed your brain. You can choose the books you read, the videos you watch, and the voices you let influence your thinking. That means you can choose to be inspired, or you can keep choosing distractions. A mind is like a blade, and a blade doesn't become sharp without fire. It must be heated, beaten, and forged through resistance. That's life, that's growth. You only get stronger by walking uphill. Nobody gets better by coasting downhill. Success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become. So stop chasing, start building, work on yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. Build the habits, build the discipline, control your inputs, audit your thoughts. Set an alarm if you have to, every 30 minutes, every hour, to check in and ask, what am I thinking about? What am I allowing into my mind right now? Is it building me up or breaking me down? You can control what you think, you can control how you feel, and you can absolutely control what you do. So stop acting like a slave to influence, be the master of your mind, control it, shape it, and guard it like everything depends on it, because everything does. There comes a point where being average just burns, where mediocrity starts to eat at your gut, where waking up and doing the same thing the same way feels like a slow death. And eventually, something inside you snaps, that something, that fire, has been there all along. You've just been afraid to open it up, afraid to fail, afraid to finish what you start, afraid of judgment, the pain, and the effort. But deep down, you know it's there, that callings, that gift, that obsession. It's you, it has always been you. And the day you decide to stop running from it, that's the day your life truly begins. So get serious, get honest, get uncomfortable. Push yourself to the edge and then push a little further. The life you want doesn't come from waiting. It comes from war. A war with comfort, a war with laziness, a war with the old version of you, and that war starts today. This is a brutal journey every single day. People always ask, are you happy? But happiness isn't what this is about. If you knew my life story, if you knew what I had to crawl through to be here, telling my truth, you wouldn't be asking if I'm smiling. You'd be asking how I survived. Where I am now didn't come easily, and it certainly didn't come free. I have a sense of pride that most people will never understand, not for what I've achieved, but for what I have overcome. I have a public face, the one people see and judge, but behind that face is pain, fire, and drive. I'm not wired like everyone else. I am obsessed, I am driven, and most people don't get that. They never will, because mediocrity feels good. It's comfortable, it's safe. We surround ourselves with average people who let us off the hook, people who give us a pass when life gets hard. People who tell us it's okay, that we've done enough, but that voice, that comfort, it's a lie. So I left that life and became someone new. I created a version of myself that didn't yet exist. I carved it out of pain, isolation, and obsession. Here's what I learned: if you want to be great, you will be misunderstood, you will be judged, you will be called insane. And that's the point. You will lose people, you will confuse them, you will disturb them because they can't relate to your obsession. They can't understand why you're in the gym at 1 a.m. after a 14-hour workday. They don't understand why you're still working on your craft when everyone else has gone home. But you do, and that's why you don't belong in their conversations. You have arrived at a place few can handle, a place where balance doesn't apply, a place where passion overpowers comfort and focus destroys distraction. If you really want it, you must be willing to go to war with what is considered normal. You have to be fully committed, maybe even a little strange. You have to be completely invested in your craft. Your mind has to live in details, in patterns, in repetitions, and in hours of work. You don't even hear people when they talk because you're too busy calculating, training, and visualizing. That's what it takes, that's the sacrifice. While everyone else is talking about sports or the latest gossip, you're in the trenches alone with your mission because that's your language. And if you don't love this game with every fiber of your being, then don't even bother, don't open the door. Don't step into the arena, because the moment you do, life will slam that door in your face again and again and again. But if you do love it, if this is the thing that breathes life into your lungs, then go all in. Because obsession will always beat talent. You could have all the talent in the world, you could be born with gifts people only dream of, but if you aren't obsessed, if this isn't what you eat, sleep, breathe, and live for someone else who is hungrier than you is going to take it. There are 1,000 others in the shadows who would die for what you are being lazy with. Let's be real, this game is you versus you. It always has been. When you walk onto that field, that court, that stage, it's not about the other people. It's about the voice inside your head. Are you the best? Then act like it, train like it, think like it, move like it, speak like it, be it. And if you're not, then get better, because you can. You've got the brain, you've got the heart, you've got the potential. You can make the decision, you can study the plan, you can break generational cycles, you can build a life most people only dream of. You can build a fortress around your family so strong that nothing gets in. You can become healthy, wealthy, and powerful. You can become it all. So I'll ask you again, why not you? Let me tell you something about the journey. It's brutal, it's raw, it's in every single day fight. Back in the military, we used to go on these instructor led runs. Most of the time, we knew the route, the start point, and the end. On the way back, when guys started to recognize familiar ground, they'd start smiling and lighten up because they knew the end was near. But every now and then, one of those instructors would hear the joy in their voices and keep running right past the end point. And just like that, everything changed, the joy vanished, the smiles disappeared, nobody said a word. Heads dropped, feet dragged, and that's when I started taking souls. Because at that moment, I knew exactly what had broken inside of them. They were living off the hope factor. They hoped the instructors would stop. They hoped the run was over. They hoped the water wouldn't be cold. They hoped the weather would be easy. I don't live on hope. I wish the water is freezing. I wish it rains. I wish the instructor keeps running until every weak soul quits. Because when the distance is unknown and the finish line disappears, that's when you find out who you really are. So, what do you do when it's cold, wet, and dark? You wake up with no cartilage in your knees, your back aches, your shirt is soaked in sweat, and your soul is tired. What do you do then? Do you get up, or do you start talking and making excuses? It's warm on the couch. My girlfriend said stay in bed. It's cozy. I've got to work later. I didn't sleep well. I'm hungover. We argued last night. Keep talking. That's what most people do. They keep talking. I don't because I already know most people aren't going to do what I do, and that's fine. That's the separation. That's where the growth happens. Most people are afraid of the first step, not because they can't do it, but because all they see is every possible negative outcome 10 miles down the road. But that's not how greatness works. You are bound by nothing. You can do anything, but you need discipline. Let me be clear. I don't care how talented you are, how gifted you are, how smart, strong, or special you think you are. You are nothing without discipline, because the moment life gets hard, and it will, you'll give up. The second struggle shows up, you'll fold. That's what most people do. They wait for motivation, but motivation is temporary. Discipline is the foundation. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. Every day, people spend their lives searching for purpose. Is it money? Is it family? Is it fame? You know what the purpose is. You, becoming you, the highest version of yourself. That's the mission. That's the point. And every morning I wake up and don't feel like doing something. I ask myself, do you want to feel like a coward today? Do you want to know that you could have but didn't? Because comfort is killing people. It's killing dreams and killing discipline. It's cold. It's too hot. I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Get over it. You have to do the things you don't want to do, because that's how you show your body that your mind runs the show. You want to win, then show up when it's hard. You want to grow, then train when it hurts. Nothing is permanent. Not the pain, not the setbacks, not the seasons, but your habits and your mindset. Those can last forever. You have to learn to perform without motivation. You have to perform without a pep talk. You've got to move even when there's no applause, no support, no spotlight. You have to work anyway, because most people only show up when it's convenient. But what if the car gets repossessed? What if the lights get cut off? What if everyone stops believing in you? Will you still rise? Some people stop the moment they hear no, or when nobody shows up, or when the plan fails. What if we all quit after our first rejection? What if we all gave up because someone didn't believe in us? Where would we be? But some people keep going. They keep showing up, reviewing the dream every day, whispering, "It's not over until I win." And that's what separates the hungry from the hopeful. When the noise fades and the hype is gone, and it's just you versus you, that's when you'll find out if this was ever real for you. Motivation fades, passion burns out, but discipline is the hammer that breaks the walls. It's the edge that makes the difference. I wake up most days without motivation, no fire, no rush, but I still move because I don't wait for feelings. I execute, I show up, I grind, and once I get going, then the fire comes, not before. People ask, why are you so antisocial? Why don't you go out? Why are you always training? Why are you studying all the time? Why don't you go party like everyone else? And I look them in the eye and say, because I'm trying to get it. You think the clubs are going somewhere. You think the parties won't be here tomorrow. You think those distractions are going to help you when life hits. They'll be here forever, but your shot won't. So while you're out there chasing comfort, I'll be chasing legacy. While you're sleeping in, I'll be putting in the reps. While you're waiting for motivation, I'll be creating results. Because I'm not trying to impress you, I'm trying to build me. The truth is, the more unique you are, the more misunderstood you feel, the better your chances of becoming great. The unique ones are too committed to be casual, too focused to fit in, and too obsessed to explain themselves. You don't get to be exceptional and normal at the same time. When everyone else is out partying, relaxing, and talking about balance, the unique ones are locked in, working their craft, sharpening their vision, and shaping something no one else can see. And while the world laughs, while it doubts, while it whispers behind your back, you build. You build in silence. You build in the shadows, so that when it's your time to fly, you don't just take off, you disappear into greatness. But you have to stop with this "I can't catch a break" mindset. You have to stop the complaining, the blaming, the excuse making. Every second you spend whining is time you could spend winning. You could be hustling. You could be sharpening your skills. You could be reading, meditating, studying, or becoming who you were meant to be. But instead, you sit there waiting for motivation. Let me tell you right now, motivation is a lie. It comes and goes. It's a spark, not a fire. If you're waiting for motivation, you're already losing. What you need is discipline. Discipline is doing what you don't want to do, as if you love it. It's pushing when your mind screams, stop. It's rising when you have nothing left and still doing one more rep, one more email, one more cold call, one more study session. I've met so many people with talent, potential, and natural ability, but they won't get off the couch. They won't give up their comfort, they won't outwork their excuses, and that's where I found my edge. While they sat in their feelings, I went to war with mine. While they waited for a better mood, I moved. While they talked about what they could do, I was out there doing it. Those I can't catch a break. People, I don't keep them around me. I don't want their mindset or their energy. I've had plenty of bad breaks. We all have. But I didn't give up. I figured it out. I stayed up late, worked longer, failed harder, and came back stronger. Do you think success is handed out on easy terms? Do you think you just show up and win? No. You make mistakes, you get embarrassed, you lose, and then you get back up and try again. Because every so-called bad break is a choice. You either get bitter or you get better. I failed again and again, but every failure was a brick. And brick by brick, I built the man I am today, and that's the truth. One day you'll look in the mirror and say, I could have been great. Or you'll say, damn right, I became what I was born to be. There comes a moment in every person's life where they realize no one is coming to save them. No one is handing you anything. You either grow up or you stay a child forever, stuck in the mindset that someone else is to blame. That moment is when a child becomes an adult. Those who never face it stay small, soft, and dependent. You want revenge, don't tweet, don't scream, win. Success is the loudest revenge. It silences every doubt, every critic, and every hater. You don't defeat them, you cast a shadow so large that they vanish inside of it. When you build it yourself, no one can take it. And when they copy the wrong things because they didn't experience the struggle. They don't know why it worked. They didn't suffer for it, so when it breaks, they can't fix it. That's why originals always win. If you're going to try, go all the way. Not halfway, not just when you feel like it, not just until it gets hard, go all the way, lose sleep. Lose people, lose your comfort, lose your mind if you have to, but go all in, that's what it takes. There is no shortcut. Do you want to grow? Do you want to build something real? Then do it, and do it again and again and again until it's undeniable. And yes, you're going to doubt yourself. You'll wonder if it's working. You'll be stressed. You'll fall behind. You'll be tired. You'll be exhausted. You'll feel like quitting. But every second of that pain is exactly what separates you from them. Because if it's hard, that's a good thing. If it's uncomfortable, that's good. It means most people won't do it, which means there's more opportunity for you. You want to be a champion, you want to be the best, then stop talking. Nobody cares that you're tired. Nobody cares about your excuses. Nobody is coming to fix it for you. You want your name etched in history. You want to be remembered, then earn it, bleed for it, sacrifice for it, and if you won't, then move because someone else will. So, if you're still waiting for a sign, this is it. If you're still wondering when to start, start now. If you're still hoping someone will come along and pull you out of the hole, they're not. No one is coming. No one is going to do it for you. That voice in your head telling you to wait, silence it. That fear whispering, what if you fail? Ignore it. That comfort zone you keep hiding in, burn it down. This is your life, your one shot, your only opportunity. And whether you rise or fall, whether you fight or fold, whether you become who you were meant to be, that's all on you. It doesn't matter where you came from, how many times you've been knocked down, or how long you've been behind. None of that defines you. What defines you is what you do next. You're not too late. You're not too old. You're not too broken. You're just one decision away from a completely different life. When that decision is made, when you finally stop explaining, stop stalling, stop quitting, and you make the commitment to go all in, that's when the game changes. That's when the world starts to shift. Not because it suddenly got easier, but because you became harder, stronger, more focused, and unstoppable. You want your name remembered, then earn it. You want respect, then take it. You want to build a life that makes the doubters choke on their own words. Then shut up and build it. Let your efforts speak. Let your results roar. Let your presence be the answer to every question they ever asked about you. In those quiet moments when no one is watching and the motivation is gone, and it's just you and the darkness, keep going. When the weight feels too heavy, the climb too steep, and the pain too real, keep going. Because that's where greatness lies, in the discomfort, in the discipline, in the relentless repetition of doing the hard thing over and over again until it breaks. No, this isn't for everyone. Most people won't make it, but you. You didn't come this far just to stop. You didn't survive everything just to quit now. You're still breathing, so you're still in the fight. Now, go finish what you started. Go earn the life you were born to live. If you're still here, still reading this after everything, then you're not like the rest. You're built differently, so let it be known. What's the one thing you are going to change today to build the life you want? Share your answer in the comments.